Let's talk about money, not how to make more of it, but why, no matter how much you have, it never feels like enough. You get a raise, and for a moment, you feel secure. Then the feeling fades, and you're back to worrying. You see someone with a bigger house, a newer car, a more exotic vacation, and suddenly, what you have feels inadequate. You check your bank account more often than you'd like to admit. You lie awake at night thinking about retirement, about emergencies, about whether you're doing enough, saving enough, preparing enough. In the West, we call this economic anxiety. It's the constant fear of not having enough, the terror of losing what you have, the exhausting comparison with others who seem to have more. We live in the wealthiest era in human history, yet financial stress is at an all-time high. We work longer hours, earn more money, have access to more goods, and still we feel poor. Still we feel afraid. Today, I want to share something different, something that doesn't ask you to earn more, invest better, or hustle harder, something that goes deeper. I want to introduce you to the wisdom of the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, who lived 2,600 years ago in what is now Nepal and India. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Buddhism? Isn't that about renouncing everything, becoming a monk, living in poverty? That is a common misunderstanding. Buddhism is not about rejecting money. It's about understanding your relationship with it. It's about healing the anxiety that comes from never feeling rich enough, no matter what your bank balance says. And I promise you, this isn't just abstract philosophy or spiritual platitudes. By the end of our time together, I'm going to give you 5 specific practices inspired by Buddhist wisdom. Simple tools you can use starting today to feel genuinely more secure, more content, more free from the constant worry about money. Together, we'll discover how to transform your relationship with wealth, not by changing your bank account, but by changing your mind. So if you've ever felt poorer despite having enough, stay with me, because today we're going to explore how ancient Buddhist wisdom can help you find a different kind of richness. So, what is economic anxiety, really? At its surface, it's fear about money, but Buddhism teaches us to look deeper. The Buddha identified what he called the 4 noble truths, and they apply directly to our financial fears. The first noble truth is that life contains suffering. In the context of money, this suffering shows up as the stress of not having enough, the fear of losing what you have, the exhaustion of constantly wanting more, and the shame of comparing yourself to others. This is real, it's valid, and Buddhism doesn't ask you to pretend it doesn't exist. The second noble truth identifies the cause of this suffering: craving, grasping, thirst. Here's the crucial insight. Your economic anxiety is not caused by having too little money. It's caused by having too much desire. Think about it. When you get a raise, how long does the relief last? A week? A month? Then the anxiety returns, doesn't it? Because the goalpost moves. Now you need more savings, a better investment, a higher salary. The Buddha called this the hedonic treadmill, though he said it 2,600 years before psychologists gave it that name. You run faster and faster, chasing more and more, but you never actually get anywhere. Because the problem isn't out there, in your bank account. The problem is in here, in your mind. The Buddha taught that health is the greatest gain and contentment is the greatest wealth. Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say money is the greatest wealth. He said contentment is. The third noble truth offers hope. This suffering can end. When craving ceases, anxiety ceases. The fourth noble truth provides the path, a way of living that includes right understanding, right intention, right action, and right livelihood. This isn't about becoming poor. It's about becoming free. To understand Buddhist economics, you need to understand what Buddhism calls the 3 marks of existence. These are 3 characteristics of all phenomena, and they directly address your financial fears. The first mark, impermanence. Everything changes. Everything. Your bank account, your job, the economy, your possessions, even your body. Now, this might sound depressing, but it's actually liberating. Why? Because your economic anxiety comes from trying to make the impermanent permanent. You want security that lasts forever. You want guarantees. You want to control the uncontrollable. But the Buddha taught that all conditioned things are like a dream, like an illusion, like a bubble, like a shadow, like dew, like lightning. Thus should you contemplate them. Your money is like this. It comes and goes. It rises and falls. To cling to it as if it were permanent is to guarantee suffering. This doesn't mean you shouldn't save or plan. It means you plan while accepting impermanence. You save without clinging. You work without making your identity dependent on your wealth. The second mark, suffering. We've already discussed this. The anxiety, the fear, the never enough feeling. This is the result of clashing with reality. The third mark, non-self. This is the most radical teaching. The Buddha said there is no permanent, unchanging self. What you call I is just a collection of changing processes, body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, consciousness. Why does this matter for economic anxiety? Because so much of your financial fear comes from using money to define who you are. I am successful because I earn X. I am a failure because I have Y in savings. I am worthy because I own this house, this car, these clothes. But if there is no permanent self to defend, no fixed identity to prove, then what are you so afraid of losing? The Buddha taught that all phenomena are without self. When you stop using money to prop up your ego, economic anxiety loses its power. You can have money or not have it without it defining your worth. So, if impermanence is real, if there's no fixed self to defend, if craving causes suffering, what's the alternative? The answer is contentment. Now, let me be very clear. Contentment is not complacency. It's not giving up. It's not saying, I'll just stay poor and be happy with that. Contentment is the ability to be at peace with what you have, while still working wisely for the future. The Buddha said that the contented person, though lying on the ground, is happy. The discontented person, though in heaven, is not satisfied. Think about the richest people you know. Are they the most peaceful, the most relaxed? Or are they often the most anxious, always chasing the next deal, the next million, the next status symbol? Contentment is not about how much you have. It's about your relationship with what you have. Buddhism teaches the middle way, not extreme poverty, not extreme wealth, but a balanced approach. The Buddha actually taught that lay people should divide their income into 4 parts. 1 part for daily living, 2 parts for investment in business, and 1 part saved for emergencies. This is practical wisdom. Plan, save, invest, but don't make wealth your god. Don't let it own you. The Buddha taught that the person of few desires, seeking nothing, grasping nothing, this person knows no suffering. Few desires doesn't mean no desires. It means wise desires, desires that serve your well-being, not your ego, desires that align with your values, not with advertising. Before we continue, a quick note. I'm just starting this channel. If this message resonates with you, I'd be honored if you subscribed. It helps this wisdom reach others. Thank you for being here. This is all profound. But how do you actually use it? How do you apply 2,600-year-old wisdom to your Tuesday morning when you're stressed about bills or worried about retirement? Here are 5 specific practices inspired by Buddhist teachings that you can start today. Practice 1, the Contentment Journal. Every evening, write down 3 things you already have that you're grateful for. Not things you want, things you have. It could be your health, your home, a friendship, clean water, electricity, the ability to read these words. Then ask yourself, if I lost this tomorrow, how much would I miss it? This practice rewires your brain from scarcity to abundance, from I don't have enough to I actually have a lot. Gratitude is the foundation of all virtue. Start there. Practice 2, the security deconstruction. This is for the deep fear of ruin. The what if I lose everything anxiety that keeps you up at night. Most of us avoid this thought because it's too scary. But Buddhism says, face it directly. Sit quietly. Bring to mind the worst case financial scenario you fear. Losing your job, market crash, losing your home. Feel the fear. Let it rise in your body. Don't push it away. Then ask yourself, if this happened, would I still be here? The answer is yes. You have survived 100% of your bad days so far. Ask, what would I actually do? You would adapt. You would downsize. You would ask for help. You would find a way. This practice isn't about inviting disaster. It's about realizing that your safety does not come from money. It comes from your resilience. When you know you can survive the worst, the anxiety about the future loses its teeth. You stop trying to build a fortress against life and start trusting your ability to flow with it. Practice 3, the void inquiry. This replaces simple mindful consumption. Most spending isn't about need. It's about soothing an emotional void. When you feel the urge to buy something non-essential, especially something expensive, do not buy it immediately. Wait 10 minutes. Sit with the urge. Ask yourself, what pain am I trying to soothe right now? Are you bored, lonely, insecure, tired? Do you feel like you need to prove something to someone? Often we swipe the credit card to silence an emotion. We buy things to feel powerful, or loved, or safe. Identify the emotion. Name it. I'm feeling insecure. I'm feeling lonely. Once you name the void, you don't need to fill it with stuff. You can address the actual need. Call a friend, take a walk, rest. This breaks the cycle of using money as emotional medicine. Practice 4, the simplification experiment. For 1 month, choose one area of your life to simplify. Your wardrobe, your digital subscriptions, your kitchen gadgets. Remove 30% of what you might need someday, but rarely use. Then observe, did your life actually get worse? Or did it get lighter, easier, more peaceful? The Buddha taught that letting go brings joy. This is your chance to test it. When you voluntarily let go of things, you prove to yourself that you are not dependent on them. You train your mind in non-attachment. Practice 5, the stewardship mindset. This replaces the idea of ownership. We have anxiety because we think this is mine. I must protect it. But according to impermanence and non-self, nothing is truly yours. You are only holding it for a while. Try this shift. View yourself not as the owner of your wealth, but as the steward. You are the temporary manager of these resources. Your job is to use them wisely, to do good with them, to care for yourself and others while you have them. But you cannot keep them forever. Eventually, you will leave them behind. When you shift from owner to steward, the burden lightens. You don't have to protect a fortress. You just have to manage the flow wisely. If the market goes down, it's not a personal attack on your identity. It's just a change in the resources you're managing. This view aligns you with reality. You hold wealth lightly. You use it well. You let it go when the time comes. Now, I want to address a concern. Some of you might be thinking, wait, is Buddhism saying I shouldn't strive for wealth? That ambition is bad? That I should just accept being poor? No, that's not the middle way. The Buddha himself was a prince who gave up extreme luxury, but he also rejected extreme poverty. He taught the middle way, balance. It's perfectly fine to want financial security, to work hard, to build wealth, to provide for your family. What Buddhism asks is, don't make money your master. Don't let it define your worth. Don't cling to it as if it were permanent. Don't use it to feed your ego. Use money as a tool, a means, not an end. The Buddha taught right livelihood, earning your living in a way that doesn't harm others, that aligns with your values, that serves the world. That's not anti-wealth. That's wise wealth. As you move forward, remember this. You can have money and be free. You can have less money and be free. Freedom doesn't come from your bank account. It comes from your mind. The Buddhist teaching on this was clear. Worldly wealth destroys the foolish. Those who seek the ultimate are not destroyed by it. Be wise, be balanced, be free. We began by talking about economic anxiety, that feeling of never having enough, never being secure enough, never being as successful as others. Buddhism never intends to make you rich. It promises something better, to make you content. And in a world obsessed with more, contentment is the ultimate wealth. So the next time you check your bank account and feel that familiar knot of anxiety, pause, breathe. Remember, you are not your money. Your worth is not your net worth. Security doesn't come from controlling the uncontrollable. Ask yourself, what do I already have that I'm grateful for? Can I be content with this moment, exactly as it is? And then, from that place of contentment, plan wisely, work diligently, save responsibly, but don't cling, don't grasp, don't make money your god. Because the richest person in the room isn't the one with the most money. It's the one who needs the least. Thank you for listening. If this brought you peace, please share it with someone who might need it. And if you have a practice that helps you with financial anxiety, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Until next time, may you be wealthy in contentment, rich in peace, and abundant in gratitude.